What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Chronops Gaming. And I picked up Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on launch day. And I picked up my copy for the Switch. Obviously, it came out for the Wii U as well. I'm not going to get into the Switch in this video. That's a completely different video. Now, I didn't beat the game because there is just so much to do in this game, and I really feel like I'm just starting to scratch the surface. So this is going to be a long game to play. I've been a Zelda fan since the very beginning, all the way back to when it first came out on the NES here in the States. I have played it, and I have played almost every single one of them from that point on to this. I have played from the original one all the way to Link Between Worlds, Hyrule Warriors, and obviously Breath of the Wild. There were a few in the middle I missed. I think it was the ones on Game Boy Advance. I never got a chance to play them. But as far as all the other ones, I did at least play them. I didn't own them all, and I didn't love them all, but I at least played them all and found some enjoyment in almost all of them. And I was worried in some ways about this game because it is just so ambitious. You know, they were adding so many new features we're not familiar with. They were cutting down the dungeons by so much. And the open world was going to be massive compared to what we've seen in previous games. And like a lot of people, I was worried that the map being so much bigger, just a huge jump from what we're familiar with to this massive world. Not that the original Zelda worlds were small, but this one is so big. I was afraid that it was going to feel like the map was just there to move the content farther away and just kind of pad the game's playtime. And I know a lot of other people were worried about that as well. But after having played it for a good chunk of the weekend, I did dedicate the majority of the weekend to this game. I've actually found that I was wrong to even really think about the map maybe being an issue, because the map is not this obstruction. It's not this obstacle that you need to just run through this open world that has nothing to do in it between different quest hubs. It's not what this is. The world map is full of stuff. It's full of puzzles. It's full of things to discover. It's full of fights. It's full it's full of treasure. It's full of all kinds of things to pass the time, all kinds of things to explore. It is, at least at the point I'm at, it's an amazing world. I mean, it's not as full everywhere, but I mean, there are obviously open patches like you would expect. There's nothing to do here, but a little ways over there, there's plenty to do. So the fact that this is a massive open world game is not a problem like I was afraid it might be. And as far as the story so far, the story is actually really cool. The story opens after you've already lost to Ganon. You know, it's you're being revived. And I'm not going to give away any stories, but you know, Ganon has taken over, and he has been sealed away, but he is not defeated. He's just kind of waiting. He's biding his time. And you've got to go around and you've got to try to it's a Zelda game, so you have to do the same thing you do in every Zelda game. You have to go get better equipment, you have to do quests, you have to go get the Master Sword, and so on and so on and so on. Now, that may not sound great to everybody, but I do really enjoy that formula, and I was afraid they'd go away from that formula, and they didn't. They twisted a little bit to give it a unique twist for this game, but it is still very much a Zelda game. In fact, it's one of the best Zelda games that I have played in years. My favorite Zelda games are Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, and Link Between Worlds. I was not a huge fan of Twilight Princess, which was a cool idea, or Skyward Sword, which also seemed like a good idea, but both of them were actually really big disappointments. So I was worried this one was going to be a disappointment too, but this is definitely one of the best Zelda games I've played in years. This is one of the best Zelda games that's come out since the Nintendo 64 era, and that is pretty much when Zelda was at its best. But you know, all the people who I did see a lot of people complaining about Zelda not actually giving you direction. The new one, the Breath of the Wild, not giving you directions, and you just gotta kind of blindly wander around the open world trying to find the next thing. But to be honest, that's how Zelda has been since the beginning. The original Zelda game, there was no. This was before strategy guides, really. I mean, there was nothing. They didn't give you any hints. Like, hey, yeah, go find all the dungeons, finish them, and then go fight Ganon. That was pretty much it. And, you know, you got little bits and pieces. You got all your equipment as you went on. But this is absolutely an amazing Zelda game. So if you are a Zelda fan, whether you pick it up for the Switch or the Wii U, because to be honest, there's really no difference between the two. It just depends on which console you have. Absolutely, that is a great Zelda game. I am having an amazing time playing this game. So if you are a Zelda fan, go pick this game up. But tell me what you think. If you picked it up this weekend and you played it, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not really enjoy it? I mean, I'm having a great time so far. Other than the fact that my weapons keep breaking, which is a little bit frustrating. I realize that's part of it, and it adds a little bit of difficulty to it. It's a little frustrating. But as far as the difficulty of the game, I think it's actually perfectly fine. I have no real complaints about this game. It's a lot of fun. But if you played it, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, I'm the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.